Hello, I'm Micks Mowers and Mower Man, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a little look at this McCullock Eco-Light 6028, which is the longer one of the two they do. They do a 6020, I believe. Picked this up out of a scrapyard off my old dealer. He gets them from a scrappy, and even sells them on. That's what he done. So I did give a lot of money for this because it is already sold as spares or repair. I've done nothing to it other than just get it out of the van and put it on the bench. That's all I've done. So let's have a look at this, because this is quite a nice little machine. If they run really well. They're quite well balanced. They're not excessively heavy. They're okay. They've got a twist grip on there as well, so you can oscillate the grip to and fro. But just run pretty good. I quite like them. And if it runs, I might keep it for myself. I've got my Titan long reach, but I haven't got a short reach, just a hand one, which could come in quite handy. So sometimes using a pole one can get a bit tiresome, but you know me, if someone offers me the right money for it, it's got to go. So simple as that. I just can't help myself. But anyway, that's what it is. So today's going to be this Miss McCullock. Get it up on the bench, have a look at it, see what it does, see what it don't do. Go from there. How's that sound? Yeah? Good. If it's your first time watching Micks Mowers and Mower Man, hit your subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications to all, that way you'll be told next time I upload another video. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty. McCullock Eco-Light Start, whatever it is, 6028. Try and get it running. See you in a bit. Right, up on the bench. Now, the problem with these is, I think you've got to take quite a bit off just to get to the old exhaust pipe, or as Terrell calls it, the muffkin, because I want to see inside there to see what the exhaust is doing, to see if the piston is done or not. That's the problem. So many people just get straight in the carburetor cleaner and what have you, and don't remove the old exhaust to check to see what it's doing. But you've got to take all that off. Man, I don't want to get involved in that. One there, one here, one here. We might get away with it. Let's have a look. Because otherwise, all you're doing is flogging you ever heard the expression flogging a dead horse? Because that's all you're doing. It doesn't matter how much you clean the carburetor, it doesn't matter how much you do on that. If it's done, it's done. So you should always check piston condition, especially if you're in like the service and repair sort of game. Don't go charging your common man 40, 50 notes for a repair on a machine that you haven't fixed because the piston's no good. It could be a simple fix. Sometimes there are telltales. Sometimes you can look inside the fuel tank and see if the fuel lines have had it. Let's have a little squeeze. And in fact, the fuel lines have had it. The fuel lines is broke. So that tells me, that gives me evidence to say, don't bother, Mick. Don't bother with what you're doing. Go straight for the new fuel line. Because inside here, that wouldn't suck no fuel up at all, because they're broke. So what do we do? 50-50. If you saw this, if you was repairing your own equipment or whatever, and you saw that as an example, what would you do, guys? Would you still go for piston? Or would you take a chance? Would you take a chance like me and say, do you know what? The fuel lines is off. Is that why it was kicked out? Because the fuel lines broke. They put a bit of fuel in. It didn't start. Blah de blah de blah, and that's why it ended up the way it's ended up. Now I think that's what's happened here. I think it's a simple question of fuel line deterioration. I know you're probably all screaming at me right now, saying, "Mick, check the piston, man. You're wasting your time." Blah blah. I know, guys, right? But you know me for not following rules, right? So I'm going to remove the recoil. 3 bolts up there, I think it is, might be 4. Now I like these a lot, I do, but they are a little bit pricey to fix for carburetor bits and bobs and what have you. They are a bit pricey, but we'll have a go at it, right? So this could be a little gem. The only reason I'm not going straight for the old piston rings and piston is because it is sort of telling me a little story. Why is that spinning all on its own then? What's going on there? What's occurring there? Why can't I get that off? I want to hear that. Take that off. That one's hiding. There we go. Nearly come up. Nearly. Now, the only reason I'm taking this off is just so to give you guys and girls a bit more of a view. That's it, you see? That's the only reason I'm doing it. Okay, right. There's a few little washers on there, so just watch what you're doing. Look, tiny washer just there, look, I think it's a washer. Can't take it off. That's got to go on there later on, I think. Right. I'm going to take off the carburetor cover. Just going to expose a few bits. Just checking for condition. It looks to be in good nick, guys. We might have bought an absolute lemon, but we might not have done. It might be an absolute Bobby Dazzler. Right. Take that off. Air filter. Everything's telling me it's in good nick. Everything's saying, yeah, baby, let's do it. Take all this stuff out of here. All this stuff, take it all out. We'll air compress it all out in a bit, right? Take the old Black Widow spiders out, all that sort of stuff. Right, so the one we're after will be my flow pipe going in. Generally, it's a one on these McCullochs, the yellow one, which will be tucked right up inside here. Right, tucked right up inside here. So what we're going to do is try and get a good view, guys. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy when you're trying to get really, really close. But undo the carby. Boom. Just because I wanna break thread. I might have to do that. I might just have to get a flathead screwdriver. Very carefully, just remove that bung without doing any damage. Come on, baby. Come on, work with me. There you go. Take that out, all right? Boom. Come on, out. And there is our little tiny connector. So we can take that off. Are you getting that? Let me zoom it in just a smidge. Right, so all I've done is remove the bung. It's a little tiny yellow cable here. Right, let me get a pair of snips. So instead of removing it off a carby, what we can diddly do, is just remove this pipe off of here, which is not going to be an easy thing to do. Take that off, and take that little black one off. That's gone hard. That's it, take that one off. Now, I can just literally get a bit of yellow pipe out my two-stroke box and fit a bit on the end of that. Now, I know you're probably all still crying at me, saying, Mick, you're a loser because you didn't check the piston first. Right, okay. Bear with me, amigos. There's my little tiny clip gum. Let's put that on there first. Oh, that's a bit small, Mick. A bit bigger diameter than that, my old buddy boy. There's a bit of that going on. So, put my little tiny clip on there first. Oh, okay. Now we're just going to fit that onto there. Oh, look at that weather, man. Yes, it's still lashing down here on the old south coast. Oh, another pair of long nose pliers. Just hold that onto there. And I just want to try and force that onto there just a bit more. It's got to be quite a good fit. I do. Let's now get a bit of clip thing. Put that over top of that. Is it not? Right. Just want to put that clip over top of that. There's not a lot of room to work here, but I'm doing my best here because, as I say, I don't want to be taking carburetors off and that sort of stuff. I don't have to. There it goes. That's gone on. Right, so fit that onto the back of that. That's got that. I'm just going to cut that. Right, not too short. I want to put a filter on the end of here. I want to go Boom, about there. Boom, cut it off. I'm going to get rid of that. I want a fuel filter. Got one there. What else we got? Oh, got some brand new spankers ones there. Do some of them. Right. So now I'm going to get my fuel pipe. So this is your return, which is your green one, and your yellow is going to be your longer one. We'll try and just angle bedangle all of that stuff into there. Oh. Get into it all, lad. There you go, here it goes. Take it all in. In it all goes. And the green one as well. Put him in. I'm doing all of this with a carburetor on. Oh, that's gone in. Push a little bit in there. Now it's got to fight just to get the grommet on. It's going to be the hardest thing on the whole project. But once the grommet goes on, we should be golden. There's a back bit to go in. That's gone. We're in. Right. So that's all on. I can now retract my little tiny yellow fuel line, which is now a bit longer than what it was beforehand. There it is. Boom. And get my bit of fuel filter. It's got to have a filter on it. I was just going to suck up a load of muck, innit? That's no good for nothing. So, get one of them on there. Bit of spit. Bit of lube. Just to run that onto there. Boom, boom, boom. Always goes on easier if it's wet. Right, that goes into there. Now, just make sure, I've got a little bit of wire here. Now, I've had this bit of wire about 25 years. I haven't, I'm joking. A bit of wire here. Lets you just get hold of that filter and send it on its way, all the way down to the other side of the tank. That's where it's got to go. You don't want it just mucking about down here. You want it down the other end. Get down there. There it goes. Well, that's gone down there. And then just double check where that filter is. Because you'll want it all the way down to about here somewhere on the bottom side, right? That's gone in. So I'm happy with that now. So now, we haven't done a great deal so far. All we've done is literally put a spare bit of line on a carby. That's all we've done. So, quick little tidy up, blow off, clean up, all the rest of it. Where's my fuel cap, Mick or Mouse? There it is, fuel cap in there. Got to mix myself up a little tiny bit of 40 to 1. I dare say 40 to 1 on this machine, they generally are. Bit of 40 to 1, I'd do a bit of 50 to 1, that probably won't hurt it. Put all this stuff back. That little washer, he sat in there, didn't he? What's the pull cord look like once we've got it off? Yeah, not too shabby. That'll do us. So I don't want to invest no time, no effort into this machine as of yet, because we don't know if it runs. But literally, for the sake of me just doing a set of fuel lines, that's got to be quicker than me trying to rip the whole thing apart, try and take the exhaust off, right? All that sort of stuff. So I think we're on a bit of a winner in that regard. So let me get some fuel mixed up. And we go for a little bit of a fire up, see what it actually do. That one don't feel quite right, that one there, Mick or Mouse. Is it going or not? Yeah, it's going. That's biting down now. That's it. So I mix up some fuel. We'll put it in, and before I fire it up, I'll bring you lot back, right? Have we just fixed a McCullock Eco-Light, Eco-Friendly, whatever you want to call it, hedge trimmer, purely because it was missing about 15 pence worth of two-stroke pipe. If not, I'm going to make it look stupid, and it could be a piston, and a machine just be thrown against a tree, and that'd be the end of that. But we'll see in a minute. Let me get some fuel mixed up, and I'll come back to you in 2 ticks and 2 shakes of a cat's whisker. Right, we're back. So I just mixed up 500 mils of 40 to 1. So 500 mils, 40 to 1, 12.5 mils of oil. I always mix just what I need. I don't mix a lot. have big containers. It takes me 2 minutes just to mix up what I need. So if you're not sure how to do it, I do a video on how to mix your 2-stroke fuel with using an app. So check out the video. If you punch in 2-stroke mixing fuel, Micks Mowers, it'll come up. Let's put a bit of fuel in. Now this all could be for nothing, guys. Like I say, this all could be for nothing. This machine could be done. But we'll see. Quite a small tank on these. Will it run or will it not? Now if it runs, I should probably do the Happy as Larry dance. Because I will be quite happy. For what I paid for this machine, that's off my Atco. For what I paid off this machine, it wasn't a lot of money at all. Took a chance, being a 2-stroker. Because generally 2-stroke machines, people don't really mix the fuels very, very well. That's what I have found quite a lot of these, but hey ho, we shall see. So it always is a risk. And if it's a risk for what I pay for it, it's definitely worth that risk. There's not a lot of light in the shed today, guys. It really is quite dark. Right, let's have a look then. So, let's have a prime. Let's see what it does. Where's the old primer? Around here. It says it's priming, I heard that. Let's give it plenty. Let's take the old cover off, just so we can see the old blades move if need be. Oof, there you go. And we give it a choke. Is there not a doodad? No, it's not right. Let's just fire it up. So what happens. It may start, it may not. This is a live fire up, so let's see how we get on. Happy as Larry dance. Woo! Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Nice little 2-stroke machine. Do you know, I had a feeling it would be okay. So that's the reason why I didn't check the piston at first. Only because the history told me not to go there. The history told me do the line first, Mick, because that is the most common cause why homeowners chuck bits of kit away. Is just because the fuel pipes go. They don't even look inside the fuel tank. And good to go. So now what I will do, of course, is in a later video or somewhere else, I will take the exhaust off, have a look inside, check that anyway. It was a bit lumpy to start with. I dare say it wants a new spark plug anyway. I dare say it wants a bit of a carburetor tune. There's no telling how long that carburetor's been sat there. You can tune these. There is a little tiny tuning ability just down here underneath the carby, just down underneath here. You can tune them up. But in a bit of a silly place because you gotta have it on the bench and then get underneath it at the same time. But I will be doing that anyway, just to run it up. But there you go, one eco-friendly, whatever you want to call it, McCullock Hedge Trimmer. That's quite a good size cut. That is 2 on there. That's the longer one. That's the reason why I went for that one, because it did actually have the longer cut on it, which is quite nice on that bar. Yeah, I'm happy. Very nice little bit of kit. Yeah, happy as Larry dance. That's brilliant. That's what you want, isn't it? So I'm happy with that. Let's see it start up again one more time. Let's make sure it's not a fluke. I'm going to go from there. So turn that on as that way. Give it a pull. No, all day, every day. There's nothing wrong with that. That is fantastic. So there you go, one McCullock Hedge Trimmer now up and running. Now what I will say is, before we all dart off and go and watch somebody else, what I will say is 99 times out of 10, That is the main reason, okay, because the fuel lines deteriorate, because lots of these home user grade bits of kit, they always come with these cheap, nasty fuel lines. And with the ethanol we've got in our fuel, it eats them over time, and then if you put it away in the shed with petrol in it, when you come back there'll be no fuel lines. You say, oh, but I bought that last year. Pile of crap, throw it in the skip. I pick it up and put a new fuel line on it, and away you go. You know, that probably took, without me mucking about, without me doing the Happy as Larry dance, that probably took me best part of about 3 minutes, right? Super happy. And if my video can help you out and get your machine up and running, you can buy those fuel lines online. Just punch in 2-stroke fuel lines, okay? Look for the yellow one. And they come in 4 different sizes. If you're not sure what size, buy a pack that has all 4 sizes. Boom, done. They're about a tenner, nothing. And then you can then just make sure you put a filter on the end of it, and you can then be cutting your hedge or doing whatever, trimming whatever. Just check your fuel lines before you put it away, and check your fuel lines when you take it back out. Otherwise, you won't be doing the Happy as Larry dance. Simple as that. If you like this video, Micks Mowers and Mower Man, hit the subscribe button or whack the old bell. Set notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I've done another video. And I look forward to seeing this episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, guys and girls, much more importantly, take it easy.